I think you can really judge a person by their social media activity. And looking at Stephen King's, the well-known US horror writer, then it's fair to say that Stephen King is a god-awful, terrible human being. The guy is a lefty, he is as woke as they come, a massive hypocrite, and an all-round arse pipe. So much for kinder, gentler politics with these people. When a coach carrying a lot of Republican Party members crashed in the US a few years ago, he mocked it on his Twitter feed. He then deleted it. Several members of the people on that coach, they died. But because they were Republicans, and his trigger person, the God Emperor, President Donald Trump, peace be upon him, was a Republican, or is a Republican, he thought their deaths were fair game. What a disgusting thing to do. I have yet to see or hear someone on the right of politics mock, make fun, and revel in someone else's death simply because they have a different political point of view. But that's Stephen King for you. And he's a weirdo anyway. I have read 2 or 3 of his books, my favourite being Salem's Lot. And doing my research into his works, a lot of his books involve kids either being murdered, or at the end of his book, you've got 7 kids fornicating. It's wrong. So he's a pretty disturbed, hateful human being, despite his talent. Anyway, his latest tweet is even more disturbing. Now, to read it or to look at it, you'd think it's something innocent, but it's not. The backstory is, again, just deeply disturbing and disgusting, especially if you're a parent. So he tweeted this, and I quote, "Hey kids, it's your old buddy Steve King telling you that if they ban a book in your school, haul your ass to the nearest bookstore or library ASAP and find out what they don't want you to read." End quote. Now this tweet has nearly 30 million views. It's been liked and retweeted by similar-minded lefties in their droves. And initially, you can be forgiven for thinking that some miserable sod somewhere is trying to ban books for kids in US schools, which is pretty bad. But it's nothing like that whatsoever. Because you see, the truth being, there is a extremist movement in the United States at the moment. And this movement represents, or they have infiltrated, a demographic, as they do with woke causes. And they are trying to make kids at schools read what is effectively porn. These books go into hideous detail in order to make kids learn about how to pleasure each other sexually. It turns my stomach even saying that. Of course, it's all to do with this gender ideology movement. And in my view, and most concerned parents in the United States, kids don't need to know that. And so Stephen King's tweet tells me and tells you that he wants children, very young children in schools, to have access to these books. What a disturbed man he is. And anyone pushing for this stuff, they need to have their hard drive looked at, because it's not normal, it's dangerous to kids, and it's robbing them of their innocence. And if you think otherwise, then take a good, long, hard look at yourselves in the mirror and hand yourselves in to the nearest police station, because you're not right, and you shouldn't be near children. Anyway, that's my view. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next time, have a great day, look after yourselves, and Roger Trout.